after a very long day, very long day, very long day. This is the sound check, finally,
Sound check.
for
Sound check.
the CrossGen
Sound check.
podcast.
Sound check.
Yeah?
Sound check.
I don't know. This doesn't feel like a check. It feels more like
We're in
it
the
doesn't
Matrix.
feel like a sound check.
Like we're in the Matrix.
What about the Matrix?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
What's with the Matrix?
The Matrix 4.
I don't
Fake
even
Morpheus.
know.
Fake
Don't
Morpheus.
remind me of that.
Oh,
Oh,
isn't he his
God.
son?
No, apparently that's actually Morpheus.
That's Morpheus.
That no what? Why
Whoa.
did what? Okay, no.
Is that like a CGI screw up?
No.
Is that like a CGI screw up?
No, that's a different actor. An entire different actor.
Oh,
yeah,
that is?
that's Black Manta.
So why'd they do a different actor?
I don't know, and now I'm officially upset.
That is
Why?
actually Morpheus.
Why are they doing this?
I have no idea.
Why are they cutting out the original Morpheus?
Really
I
crazy.
demand an explanation.
Bro.
But we're in the Matrix. We're down the rabbit hole. Follow the white rabbit.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Speaking of down the rabbit hole.
Huh?
Everyone likes making allusions to Alice in Wonderland.
No, that's not Alice in
is
Wonderland.
Alice
Well,
in
yes,
Wonderland.
that
That
is
is
Alan,
Alice in
and
Wonderland.
but that's not what my segue is about.
No, but I'm talking about
Okay,
like
yeah,
the
but
Matrix,
Alice in
other
Wonderland.
stuff.
That's because
Hell,
a lot
Far
of
Cry
phrases,
3 did it like a bazillion times.
That's because a lot of phrases did Alice. Well, oh God, no.
a lot of phrases did Alice in
No, no, no.
Wonderland. What?
No, Alice. A lot. I was about to say a lot of Alice's came from phrases. No. Oh God. No. Hold on. A lot of
Are you
phrases
okay?
came from one Alice in Wonderland. Oh God. There you go. A lot of phrases came from Alice in Wonderland.
Right.
Alrighty then. CrossGen podcast sound check out.
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CrossGen podcast. That was a longer than shorter sound check that we normally do, or was it a shorter than longer sound check?
I don't know what
It was
you're.
a sound check.
It was a sound check.
It was a check sound.
Don't make
Yes.
Jamakti tune.
Jamaki tune check
Tamakti
sound.
June.
What is it? Jokey? Jokey the god. Yes. Jokey. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh
Jokey.
yeah.
Who else is there?
I don't know.
I'm
What are those
cringing
characters
right
that you
now.
make in WWE?
He
2K?
wants to make that.
No, yeah, I haven't made Jokey yet.
Bojangles.
Oh god. Yes.
Shuckless?
You gotta do that. Yeah. What is it?
Wait,
His name?
Shuckless is one of you
Broless
guys, right?
freaking Chucklets.
Surprisingly enough, that was sort of done unironically. The name, at least. It was sort of done unironically, which is weird. I don't know how that came to. Oh
All
wait,
right.
no, I do. So that's a story for another time. Let's just.
Yes. Because today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation Showcase that just came out maybe a couple of days ago, right? And that's what we're going to do. But before we do, let's introduce ourselves to everybody because I don't think we've done that yet. Have we? No,
No.
not yet, right? Okay, I'll start. This is Walt.
You guys.
This
Yeah.
is God of
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. AJ.
Hold on.
That one
What-
needs some workshopping.
What's the? Oh God, what is that? What is that game that we saw? The vampire.
Blood
Blood
Hunt.
Hunt.
Okay.
Vampire Blood
Blood-
Hunt.
Hold on.
Blood Hunter Eli?
Hunter.
Is that
No,
what it's
no,
going to
no,
be?
no. You guys gotta just.
Daywalker Eli.
God, give it. Come on.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
I swear it was
I
like
can't wait for him to
started-
come to the
it
Marvel
started-
universe.
It's coming soon.
it started with like an M.
Morpheus.
The classes for the no, forget it. I'm just gonna spoil this. Blood Hunter Eli.
That works. That works.
Yeah.
Wolverine Eli. Oh, just call me Wolverine.
Project Eve, Project Eli.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
it's not. It
Grand
doesn't.
Teresli.
Oh, Grand Theft
That
Eli.
doesn't sound good.
Grand Eli.
That was horrible coming out of my mouth.
Grand Theft Eli is the best though. That is what you call.
Yeah, we're
me.
going to be talking about video games today, folks.
Oh.
I think we're going to have a good time doing it.
Yes.
We love video games.
Grand
Yes,
Teresli.
that we do when we're not making terrible mistakes.
Grand
In Far
Taranje.
Cry Primal, which you've been...
Oh,
Like,
no, there are no mistakes there.
You're really, really grinding that one lately, right?
Yes, I am nearing completion, and for some reason, I now feel compelled to do all of the achievements.
That's the way I felt when I was doing Ghost of Tsushima. I have to finish the game 100%.
I might not do that now because it's getting too tedious. Like, I have to throw a spear from more than 50 feet away, and that is hard because you can't zoom. You have to get it perfect.
Wait, do you have to just throw the spear for 50?
And I have to kill someone.
Oh.
It has to be a one shot.
Well, just find a large crowded area and then walk
Chuck it.
50 feet away and then just throw it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them all congregated in one place.
Or better yet,
and
just do
chuck
it.
You're
Do it
bound
to
to hit something.
do it to one of your
But
pets.
I don't want to do it that way.
Do it to
then
one of
this
your.
is- So this
So
is what you
what-
do.
I'm not gonna do that to a pet.
You already
No.
said that
Does it- does
they're
it-
expendable.
Okay, well maybe I killed one of them recently for an
They're
achievement.
expendable.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They're
I
expendable.
felt bad doing that even then.
Is it 50
They're
feet
expendable.
before it hits, or is it 50 feet in total? Because
I have to do it 50 feet or farther.
You know what? No.
because I was going to
Here-
say, can't you
okay.
lure somebody up to a cliff,
No,
throw
no,
it,
no.
and then they'll fall 50 feet?
No.
Does that count?
Stop.
Not how that works.
This is how you do it. This is the oldest trick in the book. Get somebody right next to you. Look up into the sky. And then shoot it up.
No.
And then it's gonna land right at the top of their head. So that is
not
so
how-
simple.
That's not how that works.
I've done
Eli.
that before in
Eli,
like Minecraft.
That's not how that works. That's
I'm
not how that
sure.
achievement works. I'm telling you.
Or make it. Is there like something that allows you to bounce spears off of walls? Oh, you can't even make anything, right? You can't even make any walls.
Walls.
Well, you know what? Going back to my point, the pets are expendable. But anyway. Let's
it has
go.
to be an enemy also.
Huh? Yeah, bounce off the walls and then hit the enemy.
That's
not-
not how spear mechanics work.
I don't know. There are a lot of games that are messed up like that.
Well, not Far Cry Primal.
Huh?
All right.
You never know.
All right, we weren't even supposed to be talking
you
about
never
that.
know.
We're supposed to be talking about the PlayStation showcase that occurred on September 9th. It was a live stream on YouTube and probably other places. I'm pretty sure if you go to Sony's website, you could have live streamed it there. But we saw it through YouTube, so it was a YouTube live stream that we saw of September 9th, the PlayStation showcase. You guys just finished seeing it.
We
So
did.
Yeah.
let's start it this way. What did you think of the showcase in general? Was it exciting? Was there stuff that you were like, wow? Was it kind of lackluster? Because we've seen some, gaming events where you're like, oh, this is kind of boring. And then we've seen others that was like, wow, I can't wait to dive into this stuff. Which one did this showcase kind of fall into? Before we get into the games.
I'm not gonna lie. Even some of the stuff that I probably don't care for actually looked really good. Like, I'm not gonna say it was completely boring, but in terms of actually pitching the console to you, I guess, with the content they have to offer, I don't know. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay. What did you think about that, E?
I think it's worth mentioning that it was actually a good idea to split this up from oh god, what was it?
E3.
E3. Yes. And it was, yeah, just a really good idea because I mean, a lot of these games were, as you said, really exciting. For I guess PlayStation, just gaming fans in general.
Yeah,
Um,
surprisingly, this stood alone by itself pretty well,
Yeah,
and I was very surprised.
they had a lot of big hits. So yeah,
There was some stuff that were
yeah,
kind of
there was
lackluster.
I know there were like some, but for the most part, a lot of what they had was pretty interesting
Yeah.
in its own way, and one was awesome. Oh God,
Let me ask you this question:
Yes.
Did you notice that? I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority of them were either sequels or remakes. Did that bother you in any way?
yes,
Some of them, yes. But not even like what was it? Oh God. You saw the GTA 5 stuff there. We already know that game's out, and they
God.
just said we polished it, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that kind of told me while they had some good stuff, they were clearly also trying to find things to just put there.
Well, I think that was also courtesy of Rockstar being the way they are with like, it was.
I mean, it's
mean,
not like
they-
GTA
but
6 is coming out.
I'm gonna
anytime
be
soon.
honest. They announced. I'm pretty sure they announced the GTA 5 remake a while ago.
Remake.
I mean, not remake, remastering,
Remaster.
whatever. They announced it a while ago. I'm pretty sure. So it's sort of like, okay,
Old news.
we know this, but okay. But I mean, even still, I mean, I guess it's cool to just announce. But going back to the point that you said, a lot of remakes and a lot of sequels were in PlayStation stuff.
But there were
And
some remakes. I'm not gonna say which one. That I don't know. They're pretty worth it though.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we got the PlayStation Showcase was basically just 40 minutes of trailers. It wasn't like some of the other things, but that's kind of the way Sony does it. They really don't bring in developers to kind of speak on it the way I think like you would see in like E3 or maybe Xbox's gaming events. This is pretty much, they brought in, I forgot what the guy's name is, but they brought in the head of PlayStation Studios.
Something Holst.
Yeah, he was the head of PlayStation Studios, and then before that, the introduction was like the head of PlayStation Gaming. Again, sorry guys, I don't remember their names and stuff, but they were very, very brief introductions, and you get right into the video game trailers, which, in a sense, kind of cool because sometimes
They go right to the point.
right, there are times that you want to hear from the developers and hear, why they did a certain thing and stuff like that. But I guess, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to go really quickly and list all the games that we saw. And then maybe we can have a deeper discussion of maybe like some of the top 5 games or the top 7 games that we thought were pretty interesting. But here's the way it kind of broke down. We got a trailer, and these are all trailers, so I'm just going to tell you what they are. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, and I think that's the one that AJ was
Yes.
kind of referencing before on, there might be a remake there that might be interesting.
maybe.
We got another trailer from God of War Ragnarok. We saw a trailer from Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which looks kind of interesting, right? That was like the really bonkers shooter,
Yeah.
Project Eve.
Oh, that looked awesome.
We got a trailer for Forspoken.
Not Forsaken, Forspoken.
Oh, that one. That was really cool too.
One of the trailers that I'm kind of excited for the game is Rainbow Six Extraction.
Hey. Yes.
We have another remaster, but a remaster of a classic, Alan Wake, which looks super interesting. We already talked about this. They had an announcement for GTA 5 and GTA Online coming to the PlayStation 5. Ghostwire Tokyo.
That
Oh,
looked like Creepy Pasta the game.
creepy pasta the game.
Yeah, that's the one that had
Slenderman.
the guys that
Oh.
look like Slenderman.
Yeah, bro,
Slenderman.
that looks really interesting. Like
Yeah,
that,
joke aside, it does look pretty good.
Like-
Like really.
It's a supernatural
Ghosts?
adventure game.
ghosts.
This thing was introduced
In-
in E3 back in 2019.
Bro.
So it's good
Oh.
to see that we're getting a little bit closer to the release date of spring 2022 for that game. It's something that I think we should keep an eye on, right?
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy by
Yeah.
Square Enix, I think. That looked interesting, but
Yeah.
hey, we'll see. This is one that I think you guys were really, really excited about. Blood Hunt from
That one looked
yes.
really cool.
Yes.
It's set in the Vampire the Masquerade universe.
Don't know what that
I
is.
don't.
And
yeah.
well, here's the good thing about it. Well, good thing or bad thing.
Oh.
It's a free to play battle royale.
Oh,
Oh,
forget it. Yeah.
That's what I said. Interesting.
I'm good.
Well, listen, it's free to play, so you might as well try it, right? It
Okay,
might,
yeah.
It might turn out to be
Yeah.
a pretty interesting way of doing it, right?
I
It
mean,
co-
yeah, but this really, it's bringing back not so fond memories of Evolve.
Yeah.
Because
That's
that
literally-
had a super interesting premise and
Yeah.
it looked really amazing. Then when you actually played it, it was not at all what you expected or probably even wanted from it.
Well, it'll be coming out this year, so it'll be interesting to check it out. Let's look at some of the other games. Deathloop.
Oh God.
That's the one with the where you're the assassin and you have to kill. What was
Yeah.
it? Eight of the targets, right?
8 targets with a
Yeah.
rival assassin. That was announced in E3, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That comes out. Well, that comes out the day that we release this episode, September 14th.
Go check it out.
So
Wait, that released at E3, but because Bethesda is also Xbox.
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
okay.
If you have
So that comes out September 14th.
Yep.
The day that we release this episode. Another remaster, Uncharted. Great games, but you know what? I think my personal opinion, I would rather see a new game instead of remastering the old game, but that's just a personal choice.
Yeah.
That comes out early 2020 for the PS5 and the PC soon after that. Here's one that I think you guys were kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not you were interested to see what it was, but we didn't get a good idea of what it is. That's Kid Amnesia,
Oh,
the exhibition,
yes.
right?
That looked freaking weird as hell.
That
bro.
is the what is it? The collaboration between Epic
Epic,
Games
yeah.
and Radiohead, the band.
Epic Games for
And
once might make
okay.
a
Yeah.
better game.
So it's
Good game.
it's a virtual exhibition around their best-selling albums Kid A and Amnesiac. So
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Can see those are albums.
yes.
So it's just.
I
I thought that was like some creepy horror game.
I don't know what it is. We still because again the trailer really didn't give anything away.
That
It was
would've-
just a
oh,
very interesting.
That kind of reminds
Proof
me
of
of
concept,
Through the
right?
Never, except with a game.
That
Yeah.
needs to be a freaking horror game, bro. Because that looked. Just the teaser itself looked hella weird.
Well, it's
Bro.
come out in November, so we can check it out then on the PS5. Tachia,
Yeah.
which I think I told AJ the characters kind of look like the Xbox avatars of old, right?
Yeah, they do.
God.
And then we had two games which looked super interesting from Insomniac. Wolverine,
Yes.
the teaser for Wolverine,
Oh, yes.
and the teaser for Spider-Man 2 featuring Miles Morales and Venom.
Venom.
But that we have to wait 2 years for because it seems like it's coming out in 2023. And last but not least, the Sony PlayStation showcase or anything Sony PlayStation would not be complete without at least a mention of Gran Turismo 7,
Yes.
which was probably, at least in my opinion, the prettiest trailer out of all of them. Although
Yeah.
I gotta admit, the choice of music was kind of weird.
What, the techno?
No,
That wasn't techno. That
it
was.
was almost like classical, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but that was cool.
But it felt like they
It's
were
supposed
really
to
leaning
evoke
toward,
epicness.
yeah, like a grandiose
What?
about
It
it.
is called Gran
Yeah.
Turismo.
The
It's
visuals for the
yeah.
game were amazing.
It's grand, bro.
Yeah.
That was
So-
perfectly.
Those were all the games that we saw. Gran Turismo, by the way, is slated to come out March 4th, 2022. So that's something that definitely look forward to because, quite honestly, all the Gran Turismo games have been great.
Yeah.
My only thing is, I think, I don't know about you guys, but I wish they kind of went the Forza way and
Open world.
had an open world. I don't know how that would work out, but imagine an open world game in the Gran Turismo universe. Using
I
those
would-
graphics, using the controls,
using those customizations.
No,
I don't know, man.
Plowing Steen's
Ah.
Rover.
Well,
Destroying all the other cars
No.
on the road.
God, that is horrible.
what about those Jeeps?
Oh, we need to bring the
Jeeps.
storm truck.
Oh,
Yes, storm truck.
so now you
Another
see the
creation
allure.
that we have made in
There
storm
it is.
truck.
There it is. So those are all the games that were highlighted in the showcase. Maybe we go around and highlight what was our favorite out of all of them. How about we start with you, AJ?
First of all, God of War.
Ragnarok.
Yes.
Yes, it's funny. I'm kind of behind on God of War in the same way that I'm behind on God, what do you call it? Far Cry.
Okay.
But I have at least seen the cutscene, or rather gameplay movie, which, God, that's literally like 7 to 8 hours
Yeah.
on YouTube. Awesome. And I'm still going through God of War 3. Well, at least a rerun of God of War 3, similar to like what you're doing with Ghost of Tsushima. Ragnarok is going to be wondrous. Still have to got Thor. Pretty good stuff.
Yes.
Kratos killed his 2 kids. Now he's back for some revengeance. You got little Atreus, all grown up now. Well, not completely grown up, but at least he's not a toddler. Well, he's not a toddler.
He
I'm
was
just
a
saying
toddler.
figurative.
He was a
toddler as
toddler.
opposed to figurative teen.
Yeah, he looks like he's preteen, teen aged in this iteration. This next one.
Yes. And funny enough, Atreus wants Kratos to start another war with the gods. And I like how throughout the trailer he's like, come on, let's fight him. And he's like, no.
Yes.
I've already fought one. I don't want to fight another.
God.
Oh, jeez. And it's basically, well, obviously Atreus is older, but so is Kratos. And, it's interesting to see his reticence to go kicking down another pantheon of Olympians, not Olympians, another pantheon of gods doors. Well, it makes sense because, he has a kid now and he has an obligation to his family, but Huh. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, it seems
Interesting
like
stuff indeed.
it seems like Atreus is really the one that's pushing this war on the gods, right? At least from what the trailer shows, right?
And it's funny that this is the case because guess who also starts? Well, I don't know that it's a war in the actual uh, myth poems of the Norse mythology, but
But
Loki is the one who likes to instigate stuff.
yes,
And what is
Loki.
Atreus doing? Who's also revealed to be Loki.
For real?
You didn't. Oh, well.
He hasn't played the game.
Oh, he's Loki.
That's
What?
why he wants to learn more about Loki.
Whoa! Whoa! What?
Mind blown over here by
What?
Eli.
Wow, bro.
Sorry, I had to spoil that for you, but I can't.
Oh my gosh!
That was obviously a
bro.
major staple of the trailer.
Bro, is that why?
Yeah, that's why it's Ragnarok.
Yo, that is awesome.
And if you're going to play the game, I'd pay attention to the ending of the game very closely. And even before they mention it, if you know this bit of the lore, you will know who Atreus is already.
I don't know who that is.
Well, never
Oh,
mind.
wait.
But okay.
Atreus. I know I've heard that name before in mythology. I just don't.
No, that's completely new. It's Kratos' son.
Son, I'm
It's
probably
not-
getting it mixed up with Artemis or like.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Anyway.
I don't know what I'm talking
God
about.
of War Ragnarok. It's going to be really awesome when it comes out.
2022?
Yes, 2022. Spider-Man 2, I'm just going to give a brief mention to, just to say, we are Venom.
No,
Yes.
we are not Venom. We are Carnage.
Venom.
We are Carnage, not Venom.
Well, technically it is I am Carnage.
We are Carnage.
No, like seriously?
I know.
He only uses he
says I.
because he's so bonded with the Carnage symbiote. Excuse me. That
I
it
am
goes
Carnage.
beyond we. They
It's
are I.
It's I. What is his name?
I am man.
Cassidy. Cassidus.
Cletus Cassidy.
God, forget it. Anyway,
The other game that looks before I knew what kind of game it was, Blood Hunt looked really good. It looked like as if Marvel didn't want to come out with a Blade game, so they let someone else deal with it.
It does look interesting. And I know you guys are not the greatest battle royale fans, but I would give it a shot.
I won't.
I
I
gave
will.
Evolve a shot. I was disappointed.
Well, if you gave Evolve a shot, you at least should give Blood Hunt a shot.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna give it a shot, but I have a really good feeling, or a really bad feeling, I should say, that there's gonna be a lot of like 5-year-olds on that server.
Sorry,
just
I
messing
already
around
have a
with it.
bad feeling because
And
of
it's even worse because it's not just gonna be annoying. It's really just gonna be like they're wrecking you. So it's little toddler just like no.
Let me ask you this though. Usually, for the most part, battle royals are usually first person shooters. This one is a little bit different in that there's some melee mechanics that I think it's mostly featuring, right?
Yeah.
It's not really just a shooter. It's more of a beat 'em up, kind of, in a sense.
it's kind of
Does
like that game Chivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, if would that change your mind in terms of your thing where it's like, oh, it's another battle royal and it's another Fortnite or Players Battle Underground or Warzone or stuff like that? It's a little different in terms of that because you're using, there's like a grappling hook, right, that we kind of saw.
That's
stuff.
worse.
Swords, knives, things of that nature.
No.
There's the battle mechanic is a little bit different than those. It's still not
No, because a lot of battle royale games has melee stuff. The perfect example is Warzone. You're given
Well,
knives. I mean that's not even just the top.
but
of
it seems like it's more the focus of this game that it's melee weapons. Like you scarcely saw anything in the way of ranged weapons.
No, but the way I picture this is it's gonna be like one of those it's like frick, what is it? Battlefront, where you're playing as a certain class. Either it could be like PUBG where you're playing as a certain class. Once you die, you turn into a vampire when you respawn, or it's just gonna be like there's like a there's like a group of players on the server that are given these special roles if you're lucky enough to be chosen. It's random, and then you have like the rest of the group, which is going to be shooters, and that's been done countless times before. And to some extent I would say it's been done um much more uniquely by other games with Evolve, which was a good idea, but in the end it's never going to work out with a battle royale game.
And then the last thing, and then I'll throw it to you guys. I'll just be really quick about this. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. Now, this one is kind of. This one's kind of. I'm not gonna say. Well, maybe not that it holds a special place in my heart, but So funny story. I tried getting into KOTOR, but and I hear it is this superbly amazing game
It is.
with a superb story.
It is.
But for the love of God, I couldn't go another step further because of how grindy and just the way the gameplay was on top of the slow progression. I couldn't deal with it.
Don't
I'm
say
sorry.
it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Sacrilegious. Sacrilegious.
I'm sorry. So to hear that it's getting a full-blown remake kind of rekindles some hope for me not artificially intaking this story.
They better change everything about
Like
it.
I just wonder also to what extent it's going to be remade. That's the other thing.
Well, we could look at a good example of that may be the Mass Effect games, because Mass Effect, the first game, kind of had the same, made by the same people. It was made by BioWare. It kind of had the same kind of gameplay mechanics, but of course, by the time Mass Effect was made, they had refined it and tweaked it a little bit, so it wasn't as grindy as it. And if you see the remastered version that just came out with the I forgot what the name of the new Mass Effect package was. Do you remember it? It's
What,
like the
Legendary
Legendary
Edition?
Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, they did tweak it a little bit further and made it a little bit less grindy again. So maybe they will do the same thing to KOTOR in that respect.
Oh God!
Because
If they make it like Mass Effect, I will play the hell out of that.
it's a shame that you didn't play the first one.
It was
really is.
unplayable though. Yes, it was.
I think.
Look, I
think
get
you
that.
guys. I think what it is, you guys just played up maybe a small certain amount, because the game does get infinitely better as you get into it.
Okay,
So
look, I'm not
maybe-
doubting the story or anything, and I'm not doubting like the fights and stuff. But a game isn't good if it has crappy gameplay.
I think another reason why you may be hating on that is
Because let me guess, you're gonna say because I'm used to regular games such as Call of Duty and
you know what, it's being an RPG in the traditional sense. You may not be used to playing those type of games. Because RPG games play very much the way that KOTOR plays. So it's the whole thing where it's like you have to stop, plan your moves, sometimes you let the game go. Final Fantasy is a perfect example. So maybe you haven't either played RPGs, or maybe you're not a fan of the genre, which is fine, but it does play very similar to that.
no,
So it is an RPG full on. So
I don't know.
Trust me, it is, in my opinion, one of the greatest games out there. It is by far and away one of the best Star Wars stories out there. So it is definitely a worth taking a look at. And if the remaster does that for you, then I am all for it because
Uh,
that is a game that needs to be played,
Not
especially if you're a Star
remaster,
Wars game. A remake, yes.
remake.
It's a game that needs to be played, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, but definitely if you're a video game fan, because the payoff is awesome. But that being said, okay, so remake for you, and hopefully it'll be worthy enough for you to play.
Yes.
Yep. Anything else?
You guys take the floor.
Eli, what was your must see, must play games that you saw from those trailers?
There
That-
was only really one considering the rest of them, of course, like Ragnarok and stuff like that. But one of them, I'm just gonna go briefly over. Wolverine, just the teaser itself was freaking amazing. It really seems like a more wild, like a more Western take on it. You know, like something like Red Dead Redemption. If you haven't played it,
Yeah, you definitely got those vibes from,
Yeah.
especially being in the saloon,
Yeah.
the bar, right?
and that looks, bro. Imagine that's just freaking awesome, bro. Because oh my gosh, Wolverine is honestly, he is one of my favorite characters. But like, bro, it's like finally he's given some. They're finally shining a light on Wolverine, which Marvel really hasn't done a
Yeah.
lot.
He's
Well,
been like a character in games, but there has never been a game that in my recollection, that just solely focused on Wolverine.
and that's strange because he's like the perfect guy for a standalone game.
Yeah,
Like, dude is Marvel's version of maybe not Kratos, but you could play a pretty good Kratos like game with Wolverine.
I mean
I mean, if Spider-Man is already popular, what do you think a Wolverine game is going to be
the
like?
perfect example for me, Logan. If you turn Logan into a video game, bro, there you have it. That's your freaking top number one best selling game on PlayStation.
And I think one of the other things that's super exciting is not only the property, but the developer that's making it, because Insomniac
Yeah.
is the one behind it, and they are behind those super. I mean, Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 and Miles Morales were some of the best games that were on that platform, and so knowing their kind of background and making these kind of games um, is also super exciting because they know their stuff, right?
Yeah, bro, because oh my gosh. I mean, didn't they worked on Avengers, right? No. Okay, so then they worked on all the Spider-Man games and they also worked on Guardians, right? No?
Guardians is also
I thought that was Insomniac.
no. Guardians is Square Enix, who made
Oh, okay,
the
Square
Avengers.
okay, Square Enix. So
Square Enix
okay.
is Final Fantasy also.
Square Enix and okay, Insomniac Games are like two of like the I'm okay. Forget it. But either way, they seem to be going pretty well with their Marvel stride, I guess. Um, Unfortunately, Square Enix hasn't really been the same. I hate to say, Avengers wasn't. Avengers I heard was good, but like it wasn't.
Avengers
Yeah.
is a game that I guess you can say was kind of rushed
Yeah.
into it, but and so it did have its problems early on. But my understanding, and we have it, I just haven't played it just because of the early issues and stuff. But my understanding is they've really pushed hard, and some of the expansions to that have really pushed the game upward. So
Mhm.
it's much better than it was when it first came out. and there's a lot of love, at least from what I understand, for the Avengers game now as opposed to it was before. Because
Yeah.
remember, Avengers had a rough start because originally a lot of people were hating on the character design, because the character design was one thing where, especially Captain America, Captain America got a lot of hate
I don't remember
because
what he looked like.
please go back and look at
I don't
because
want to now.
because with Avengers, everybody was like, well, you're making a game about the Avengers who has a movie about the Avengers. You're not making them look like the Avengers, and especially Captain America. A lot of people thought that he was wearing cardboard
Yes,
for armor,
that.
and that was like a big thing,
It was.
Oh God! Wait. This?
Let me see.
No, I don't think it's that.
No, it's not that one. Let me see if I can find it for you. But it was a really bad look at See, you have Avengers Initiative here.
Wasn't it
Avengers?
No, it was just called Marvel's Avengers.
Terrible Captain America.
So he had a lot of
God.
hate because of it, and so that kind of started the whole.
Oh God!
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Was it
Oh,
this?
God.
No, that one would actually have been so much better.
No.
Look
Show me that again.
That's more
Hell no.
comic book movie accurate.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Show him the one that I was telling you about.
Look, but the helmet looks cool.
Yeah, no, but you got to show him the
Okay.
whole thing. The helmet is not the thing that people were bugging out on.
Yeah, that.
Oh, God.
That was bad.
But I didn't
He
like.
looked like
Thor.
he was a rent-a-cop trying to be Captain America.
Yeah.
Hold on, Marvel Avengers.
So
Thor.
No offense to rent-a-cops.
Marvel's Avengers started out on a really bad note, but they have
Not
gotten
really.
consistently better. And so, that's so Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna. I haven't heard anything about them yet, but again, they're doing different takes on the characters. Gamora and Drax specifically don't look the same.
I don't like Iron Man.
Yeah, and Iron Man. I'm telling you,
I don't like it.
the character design was one of the things that was easily criticized from
Yeah,
Avengers.
It looks like they tried to go for the original design, but it just did not pan out.
Yeah. Oh God, that looks weird. I don't like that at all.
So, Wolverine, not made by Square Enix.
Mm-hmm.
So Wolverine does sound exciting, even though all we saw was a teaser, no release date, no gameplay. It was just basically Wolverine. We didn't even see his face.
Yeah. All we saw were
The claws.
Yes.
And a guy bringing a knife fight to a knife fight.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
Wolverine has bigger knives.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anything else?
No, not really. I just want to go back to Bloodsport. Because not Bloodsport, Ragnarok. I still have yet to play not freaking Ragnarok. What was the game before it?
It was simply titled God of War.
That was it? Oh, that's
Was it?
kind of boring. But okay. But yeah. Personally, Ragnarok is my favorite. I should say Norse mythology is my favorite mythology, and Ragnarok is one of my favorite, I guess, things in mythology. Yeah, forget it. But my point is, I need to try it. I'm gonna go back in the God of War series, and I'm gonna finish the God of War game that I started, and then I'm gonna play that when I get a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will finish 3 and move on to not Ragnarok, God of War.
And you've already spoken about Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay. Okay. Grand Theft Auto I have a problem with.
Yeah. You know why?
Huge
Because they're
problem.
focused on remastering the other games instead of coming out with 6.
No, that's not it. They're remastering a game that I'm not gonna say that just came out, but they're remastering a game that kind of just came out. So in a way,
It is not.
it's not. It's
Been out
old.
for a while.
Okay,
Was
it's
it
been
10
there.
years?
Wow, it's really 10 years?
Yeah, it's 10 years.
Let me find out for sure. But it's been a
Wow.
long time.
Why are they remastering the newer games? Look, I already said this. San Andreas should have been not even just San Andreas. San Andreas, Vice City, and I forget the third one in the trilogy.
Vice City?
No, I already said Vice City. It's San Andreas, Vice City, and I don't
can't
recall the
remember.
third one.
I don't remember.
You have the trilogy though. That's my point.
Yeah.
That should be their main focus. I mean, I've
Ju-
heard.
Just
Yeah.
just so you know, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah, so in
So
like
almost 10 years.
yeah, like 7.
Still, that's like, wow.
I mean, 8. Yeah, but either way, I mean, there's been a lot of outcries for San Andreas remake, mainly because San Andreas is a freaking amazing game that everybody literally freaking underestimates. I'm looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staring at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you as well. The one who I keep telling to play it, but he won't play it. But yeah.
Liberty
GTA
City?
Oh yeah, frick, Liberty City. Yeah, that
Okay.
was it, I think. I don't really know much about that. All I know is that there were references in like San Andreas and stuff. I believe you can go there outside of the map, but that's besides the point. My point is GTA 5 should not be their priority. Their priority should be the original trilogy, which they are doing, but apparently they're doing GTA 5 first. And then their second priority should obviously be GTA 6, which a lot of people are also waiting for.
Which has not gotten a mention,
Yeah.
and there is no official confirmation that it's even in the works.
Well, I heard that it was
Well,
in the works. No, it had to be, right?
What is with the number 6? GTA 6 is in development hell, at least the way
GTA
it seems.
6.
Yep.
Elder Scrolls 6. We don't even know much about that either. What is
We
with
just
the
saw the
number
teaser, right?
6?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
know, but there's definitely something going on there.
Well, Elder Scrolls also takes a long time to, I think.
Yeah, that
These
is.
are big
sorry.
games, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go.
SA.
I'm going to throw my love here, and I mentioned it before. Gran Turismo 7 looks amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, it probably like Eli said, it probably had the best transition in the entire showcase, right?
Honestly, it had the best trailer
Mm-hmm.
out of the entire showcase.
I mean, there was that transition where you're seeing a scene, right? But
Yeah.
what it is actually a reflection off of the hood of a car, which was
That's freaking
amazing.
awesome.
Which again shows the level of graphical aptitude that Polyphony Studios has when it comes to making these games. These are photorealistic games, but not only that, it's very true to life car mechanics also, which
Mhm.
kind of brings the whole package together. Glad to see that it finally has a release date. That's super exciting. And this might be again one of these games where I might have to get a PlayStation 5 for it.
Oh my
Because we
God.
haven't been able to get one due to the shortage of
Yeah.
PlayStations, and hopefully they'll get that rectified soon so we can actually go out and get one. The other game that I was excited for that we've seen trailers for, but nevertheless it's something that I'm super excited to see is the Rainbow Six Extraction game.
Oh, damn it. I forgot about that.
Rainbow Six looks
Oh,
awesome.
God.
It's a game that has been kind of like also in development hell. It's been twice delayed, and
Number 6.
yeah, and it's had a name change as well. So it was kind of cool to finally to see a trailer without any bad news behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And to me, it gives a much needed change to the Rainbow Six franchise, because Rainbow Six is famous for these ultra realistic military sim strategy first person shooter things, and then now knocking it on its head and throwing it into a sci-fi universe looks super cool. Now,
Yeah.
hopefully they do something that is kind of, you don't see much in video games nowadays. I hope this game gets local co-op,
Yeah.
because there's something to be said for playing it multiplayer online with having two other teammates, but I think there's something even better having those teammates in your living room playing together, and kind of making those decisions on, okay, we're going to burst through this door, but I want you providing support on that side, and you coming from a separate door, and kind of coordinating all that in real time with everybody
Yeah.
in person.
Flush them out.
Yeah, that would be
Taking out
awesome.
aliens. Oh my gosh.
And some of those aliens were really cool, right?
Yeah, and then you also had the thing with the X-ray gun.
Yep.
Bro, like imagine like picture this. You're inside, there's a room right next to you. You're around the room because there's a hallway around the room, and basically you have 4 people covering each door, each exit out of that room, and you all have X-ray guns. Like you could plan that so perfectly. Take one shot there, I'll set a grenade here, and then oh my gosh, that's just insane.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
I
it's
can't wait for that game. And hopefully it doesn't get delayed for a third time.
and I
We can hope.
I also hope that it's not gonna be like battle royale or anything like that, where it goes under like online hell and stuff like that, like Call of Duty has.
Yeah. Some of the other things that I was interested in, and probably something that I don't know if you guys were totally interested in, Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I don't remember that trailer.
How
That's
do
the
you
one with the insanity. It was a first person shooter, and you had the little girl kind of narrating the whole thing.
remember the mountain with the soda can tipped over and the tiny
I
dudes with big
vaguely
heads?
And then you had
remember
the-
How do
that.
you not
You
remember
had
that?
the dice, the D&D
Oh, the
dice.
the D&D style game.
Well, it's not a D&D style game, because
Yeah, not really.
and here's going to be one of the things that maybe changes your mind. It's a Borderlands spinoff.
Borderlands.
What? Oh yeah, I could see how.
Mhm. It's a
Huh.
Borderlands spinoff,
Yeah,
and it looks.
I've
I
always heard
know
things about that game. I've never played it.
it's a really good game. Man.
Borderlands is freaking awesome, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, I know you guys not dismissed it, but weren't too interested in. But it does look like it might be actually really fun to play.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's just crazy enough that it might work.
yeah,
So
definitely for sure.
it definitely looks like it's going to be a blast. And finally, one thing that I did want to mention, Project Eve looks absolutely insane.
Damn it, I forgot about that as well.
Project Eve is one of those games where,
You don't know anything about it, but it just looks awesome.
yeah, I mean, graphics aside, it looks really cool, but I mean, it was one of those things where it's like, what the heck is it? It gave me Bayonetta vibes.
Yes,
It gave
Bayonetta.
me Devil May Cry vibes.
Don't know.
It gave me Ninja Gaiden vibes. It gave me one of those things where it's like, it's so insane and over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they had a part where the guy was saying, "Oh my gosh, he's parasiting a corpse."
Yes.
It's that kind of bonkers, over the top game, and the characters design is just crazy, right?
Yo.
Like the first thing we see is her fighting something and then getting thrown out into space, right? Doesn't die in space because video game, right? But she looks back and she sees a space station, but the space station is kind of enveloped by this interplanetary alien starfish with dozens of eyes.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even say it had wings.
Yeah.
It was the
oh
most
my
insane
God.
thing. Like even when you saw it, right? You were like, "What the heck is that?"
I mean, I
Bro.
kind of have an idea as to what that might be, but I don't know.
Project Eve looks insane.
Yes, bro.
You know,
Oh my gosh.
it's one of those games that it, it's it it's almost like you're invincible and you're
Yeah,
just going around shooting and slicing
I
and
forgot.
dicing
I was
slash and hack.
That's what I was gonna. That was what I was gonna say. I forgot the game style. Shoot, what was that game?
Devil May Cry is the perfect example of that game style.
Yeah, and a lot of honestly, there's a lot of games that do that. Like I know, not forget it. Devil May Cry. It's definitely I remember I had like a
It's Dante's Inferno, but anime.
Devil May
Yeah,
Cry.
in a sense, right? You know, it's one of those insane games. It really, really is. And listen, it's it's almost
It's a
got
hack and slash.
it's a hack and slash. You know, um, and it really is stylized combat at its best. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that really, really, I have no idea what the story is about. You know, um, you didn't get a really good sense of what was going on, but it was just insane enough to be like, oh, okay,
It's reaching one of its many tentacles out at you.
yeah,
It looks like the best game yet, to be honest.
possibly a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Oh.
Um, but it's still mysterious enough to make you look at it and say, that might be interesting.
Yeah.
Um, other than that, I mean, Uncharted, like I said before, it's interesting, but it's a remaster. If you played it already, it's just shinier graphics. Alan Wake is an interesting thing because
Yeah.
Alan Wake is a classic game. It's getting remastered, and I think it's one of these games that demands a remaster only for the fact that it's an older game, and maybe the remaster will have the effect where the younger generation will discover it and say, "Wow, this is actually a really, really good game." Um, Ghostwire we mentioned with Slenderman.
I forgot about that as well. Oh my gosh. How did I
Creepy
forget about all
pasta the
these
game.
games?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Bro, that looks like oh my gosh. That honestly looks like they're it reminds me of frick, what is it?
It reminds me of a cross between Bioshock and that new game Cyberpunk.
no, but it reminds me of what was that anime? Oh my gosh. How am I blanking?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, yes, thank you. That so very much reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul. It like Ghost in Neo Japan. In a bro, like that's something that hasn't really been touched on enough, mainly because of how interesting a concept ghosts in a futuristic Japan would be awesome. And bro, that looks awesome.
Yeah, the only negative is that the trailer didn't give us a release date, and we still don't know when that thing is going to come out. Um, but we do know that it has been delayed to 2022, so we just don't have a very specific date. So 2022 is 365 days.
Mm,
So it
yeah.
could be either first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Who knows? But yeah, those were kind of the games, and like for the most part, some of them were super exciting. Um, I as an overall,
Yes, that's the real question. Sorry. But I just want to. Is this worthy enough that you can say they did not need E3?
um, so I will say this: PlayStation 5 is in a weird space right now because PlayStation 5 came out to a lot of fanfare. the problem with PlayStation 5 is not the system itself, but it's a lack of games almost to a certain extent. There was a lot of hoopla, and the fact that you can't find it anywhere, right? Although that's lessening a little bit, but um, I still don't have as cool as this showcase was, and I understand the reason why they've always chosen in the last couple of years, to stay away from E3 because the focus is on themselves, and it does kind of give that cool, oh my gosh, look at this game, oh my gosh, look at this game. They have the spotlight solely to themselves, but in this case here, it wasn't a bad showcase, but it wasn't the greatest showcase. I'm leaning more toward it was a good showcase because they showed some games that we're really excited for, but it wasn't that mind-blowing banger. Oh my gosh, look at this PlayStation showcase. You know, it's stuff that we've kind of seen before. It's stuff that again, like I said, sequels, remakes, remasters. We really didn't see a lot of original properties. We didn't see a lot of that kind of stuff. So on that case, it was okay. It was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was good.
Hmm.
Do you guys agree?
Actually, I think that it did better than E3. Actually, in my opinion, uh, and I think that this was uh a really good showcase for PlayStation, mainly because there were a lot of hits, and I know that there weren't a lot of games to show. I mean, it was only like a 30-40 minutes showcase, and not to mention it's only some of them were PlayStation 5 exclusive, which
A lot of them
frankly,
were, right?
yeah, that's really what turned me off with this showcase. But for the most part, they had shoot, they had a lot of really good game. Even though, okay, they didn't have a lot of games, but for the most part, the games that they showed, a majority of them were really good, and even the ones that weren't so great, I guess you would say, were still pretty good too. They were still interesting in their own way,
Yeah,
which is
I can kind of agree with that.
except for the remasters, but that's a whole other thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, for the most part, yeah,
I mean,
PlayStation showcase
Wolverine
was
was a
good.
pleasant surprise, right?
Wolverine, yeah, a lot of people were expecting that to be Spider-Man, or even when Wolverine the trailer played, I thought that was like freaking Wolverine would show up in Spider-Man or something like that, and then it turned out Wolverine was getting a freaking standalone game, which was insane. Okay, but yeah, you.
Well, I mentioned this at the beginning of the podcast. It was a semi-strong in terms of can they stand alone, distinct from E3. This wasn't bad. I still think E3 was better because they had more content to really offer
Mm,
instead of just, hey, look, remastered
Uncharted.
Uncharted. Hey, look, the remastered GTA 5, which you probably already knew about.
my only thing with I mean not Xbox E3 is that even though they had a lot of games to show, there were some that were just
Yeah, okay.
barely hitting the standards for me. And that's what I didn't like about E3. E3 wasn't boring, but to some extent it wasn't the greatest to watch. I had to sit through like games that I didn't even really care about, which were in the PlayStation exclusive games. They showed me games that I may have not cared about beforehand, but they actually got me intrigued for a game, like I said, that I didn't previously care about.
That being said, I'm kind of like at a halfway point between what you think and what Eli thinks. They had some interesting stuff. Was it enough that it can rival E3? At least I don't necessarily think so. Though there were some bombshells that were okay, fine.
All right. So I think on that note, we're going to wrap up this episode. That was, it was this PlayStation showcase was heavily leaning toward the PS5, I think, as it should. But I think PS4 owners will probably be left out in the cold when it comes to a lot of these games right now. Um, and maybe, hey, listen, marketing, right? Sony has to be able to sell these PlayStation 5s. If they continue to put them on PS4, nobody's going to buy a PlayStation 5, right?
Yeah.
So, there's that. But it's interesting how the two strategies are from both Sony and Microsoft, because Sony is pushing the PS5 as the console that you need to get, whereas Microsoft is more saying, you know what, we're dealing more with software stuff. Yeah, we want you to get the Series X. We really, really want you to get the Series X, but we're not going to leave the Xbox One owners behind, because one way or another, we're going to find a way to get you those games through Game Pass and through cloud gaming. And so, their more focus is on providing really good games, but to more of their base, So it's an interesting strategy that both these video game developers, are doing and stuff. So, but that being said, like I said, it was a pretty good showcase. Like I said, it wasn't bad by any stretch, and there were some really good games that we were interested in. So on that note, we're gonna sign off here, and we'll be back next Tuesday with another episode. Until then, though, I'd like to say take care, everybody. This is Walt.
This is. What should I do now?
Here we go. Low-key AJ.
No.
Got it? Low-key AJ?
Yes.
He's very low-key. Not low-key.
You know what?
Yeah.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
Low key AJ. Fine.
Okay.
Come on, E. Knock it out the ballpark.
Symbiote Eli. Yes. No. That one wasn't good at all.
It's actually not bad, but okay.
No.
We are Eli.
That's not a name, though. That's not a name. Hello, my name is We Are Eli. Yes. Okay. Symbiote Eli. Anti-Eli. No. Anti-Eli. Forget it. And may our God.
Our symbiotes.
Yeah.
Symbiote together.
No. May our Wolverine claws
Yes.
clash again. Yes.
Okay.
But that would mean he's going like that. Yeah. No.
Was he trying to build a campfire?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Maybe that doesn't work so
forget
well.
it.
You know?
May our symbiotes. May our web shooters cross again. May our web shooters clad? No. That's not the right term for
May our online matches cross again.
No, that is just
Yes.
no. And I think we already did that. No. May our web shooters cross again. There you go.
All right.
Spider-Man.
Later, people.
The devil.